What's up, YouTubers? This is Scotty with TreK Pro City. Today we are checking out the 2023 TreK Fuel EXe 9.9. What? This bike is insane. Wait till you hear all the bells and whistles this thing has. I've actually been riding one of these for like a couple months thanks to TreK Canada marketing. And yeah, it is as insane as I'm going to show you here. So let's start with the frame set. We've got the Fuel EXe. It's been redesigned for this year. It is carbon. They're OCLV mountain carbon, which is tough. It is light, it is stiff, it's everything you want. The TreK frame set has the Mino link, so you can flip this little switch, well not a switch, but an Allen key back here and change the bottom bracket height as well as the head tube angle. All of the other acronyms from TreK, like active braking pivot, ABP in the back, have been around for a long time. They work, they're not changed. What changes on this bike is that it is an e-bike. We've got TreK's brand new motor and battery system. They're sourcing the motor from a company called TreK. It's a German company. They've been in the robotics game, building space robots for many, many years. And they're building one of the lightest, quietest e-bike motors on the planet now. TreK's using these on their Fuel EXe lineup as well as their Domani Plus lineup for 2023. It is really quiet and it's got lots of oomph. I've been riding it uphill in like mode level 1. There's 3 different levels of assist and it's just like a lot faster than normal climbing than on a normal bike. You hit level 2 and you're just ripping up the hill. And if the hill gets steep, you hit level 3 and you're like, you can feel the wind in your hair going uphill. It is so quick. It's also cool because you've got some really nice metrics on the display here on the top tube. It shows you how much wattage you're putting out versus how much wattage the bike is putting out. So if you're feeling lazy and you're like, oh, I'm not pushing that hard, you can look down and actually know if you're pushing hard or not. A lot of people with e-bikes, they say, oh man, I don't want an e-bike, I'm never gonna get a workout. That is not true. You will ride for the same amount of time, except you will ride almost twice as far. You will spin your legs faster. You will get less intense, like heart rate through the roof, I'm gonna die, and then like just chill. It's more level. And when I'm done a ride on this after an hour and a half, I'm still tired. I still had a great ride and I went almost twice as far. So don't poo-poo it unless you've tried it. It is really cool. What else is cool about this bike? This is the 9.9, so it is decked out. We have Bontrager's carbon, Line Pro wheels, DT Swiss hubs in there. It's full Shimano XTR. They do also make this bike in a SRAM axis build with wireless axis, dropper and all that. The XTR model is probably the one I would go for just because I'm super familiar with Shimano and I love the quality, the brakes, and the shifting and how smooth it is. This thing has TireWiz. So TireWiz is like this Bluetooth system that monitors your tire pressure throughout your ride and makes recommendations on how you should run your tires, front and rear. It's also got AirWiz, so we have Bluetooth in our suspension, and this bike will learn how you ride and how the trail affects the suspension, and it will make recommendations on your app on your phone on how you should set up your suspension. It is like a robot. It's over the top. Going back to the TreK system, we've got our controller here on the left with a walk mode. So if we get a flat or something and you have to walk up a big hill, you can hold that walk mode and it will push the bike forward for you a little bit. We're charging on this port down here, so easy to charge at home. The battery is serviceable. You can drop the cap cover here and you can pull the battery out. It's not quick. I wouldn't say that you're going to be doing this all the time, but I've done it in like a couple minutes in the shop. It's not impossible. Still got room for water bottle cage in the frame. Of course, we're set up tubeless with the Bontrager XR5. Not a bad tire. I would probably put something a little more robust on for our technical BC trails, but that's personal preference. The RSL integrated bar stem is pretty trick. Very light, very, very stiff. We've got the Bontrager bits tool in the steer tube here. So we've got your tool just handy, just kind of like those other companies that are doing that kind of storage integration. Yeah, for the most part, that's all you need to know. This bike goes uphill really fast. It's still very fun to ride on the downhill. It is not as heavy as most e-bikes. This one I just weighed downstairs. It is a medium frame size and it weighs in at 39.6 pounds. So very respectable for an e-bike compared to a lot of the Bosch, like the TreK rail bikes. Those are well over 50 pounds. So it's blurring the lines between E and non-E. A really fun bike to ride. So all these bells and whistles, top end frame, top end parts. What do you think this one retails at? Here in Canada, we've got it at $16,799. Hope you come check them out at the shop here in Victoria or online. Thanks for checking out our video. Don't forget to tell us what you think, what you like, what you don't like, and subscribe. See you later.